Hello, everybody, and this is Nam. It's still January 3rd, 2008. Happy New Year for those of you guys who didn't just watch that other episode that I put up. But, anyway, I just talked about movies that came out on DVD or will be coming out on DVD. And right now, I actually wanted to take some time to watch, or to tell you about some movies that I watched in the movie theater. Now, one of these movies I didn't watch recently. I watched, a couple months ago, but it's still fresh in my mind, and it kind of stood out as one of those different movies. And it's not out on DVD yet, so I wanted to mention that. Also, the other two movies I wanted to talk about, one of which I watched really, really recently. One of them is another one which I watched fairly recently, just like a week ago. And definitely still in the main theater. One of them I think is about to cycle out. But anyway, those movies are going to be Juno, what's that one called? The Golden Compass, and Across the Universe. So let's start with Across the Universe. That's the one that I watched a while ago. And pretty much it's this movie about this kid who has this tough life in England. He goes to America, tries to find his dad, and his name's Jude. And basically the rest of the film is like this really strange, whacked out kind of musical with Beatles music. Now, I want to say that I like the film, but a lot of it doesn't really make sense, and overall, I don't think it did too well, and I don't think a lot of people would even like the kind of film this is. It's a musical with Beatles music. Now, of course we all love Beatles music, or at least, those of us who do really, really like it. So, I personally do like Beatles music. I like it a lot. I thought the music was great. I think there was like over 30 songs, 35 songs or whatever, involved in this movie were Beatles songs. I don't even think they used any other people's songs. It was just, they were all Beatles songs. The plot itself, it started off really good and then kind of fell to like nothing, because somewhere in the middle it starts to get animated. And, animation's cool. I like animation, but A, it didn't work out too well. B, it's just like another way to show that they're going crazy or, getting high or whatever. And like half the plot made no sense after like the first half of the movie. So overall, in terms of movie quality, I don't think it was that great. I would actually give this movie a thumbs down. Besides the music, if you really love Beatles music and it doesn't matter how good a movie is and you just want to see it just for the Beatles music, by all means. But otherwise, anybody else, just forget about it. It's an interesting movie because it kind of goes across various different eras of, history, where you see a lot of rallies and things, and people protesting, and that's kind of interesting. And there's a couple other themes in there. They didn't really stand out that much for me. I was just thinking the entire time, like, oh hey Jude, I was just singing the songs, or I was just like, wow, what's going on? This movie's bad, so let's just forget about it. So anyway. Other than that, I was in, fair company, so I enjoyed myself anyway. But, overall, Across the Universe, not that great a movie. Alright, next, this was probably the newest movie that I watched. Actually, it's called, I think I watched it like 2 days ago. It's the Golden Compass, based on the book Golden Compass. I think it has a different name in Europe, but either way, the movie itself is called Golden Compass, and I know that's how it's known in the United States. But anyway, so Golden Compass, thought it was pretty good. It's this fantasy adventure about this young girl who lives in this, universe that's different than ours, because they have some sort of magical property, or not even property, magical dust that grants them certain powers, like, everybody who has dust in them can control this demon. Now, this demon's not like a bad demon. It's like this demon that is like your friend, and you know it growing up, and it's basically your pet. And basically they take on different forms, like bats, birds, cats, wolves, all this other stuff. Anyway, and there's 3 types of races. There's like the people, I forgot what they were called. Then there's the witches of the air, and the polar bears of the north of the snow or whatever. And anyway, if you're really deep into the whole fantasy scene, I think you'll like this movie a lot because they build up a history. The one misgiving I had about it is because when the movie ends, it seems like they solved a small problem, and it kind of leads you to something more. I mean, a sequel is going to come. I think the series of books is at least 2 or 3. I know the second one's called The Subtle Knife, but I'm not exactly sure what comes after that. But anyway, so that was pretty interesting. Now, overall, cinematography very good, special effects very, very good. The only thing I think I could tell was slightly the special effects for all the demons, like all the magical creatures. I could definitely tell they were CGI, but I know they went to other painstaking lengths to make everything seamless. So I mean, the other effects just kind of seamlessly blended in, and but anyway, other than that, is fine. It's pretty good. It starred this young girl named Dakota. Now, not Dakota Fanning, because I looked it up later, and this other girl's like Dakota Blue something, like Richardson or something, and I'm like, wow, her name's Dakota too? So it made me wonder, like, what's up with all these child stars named Dakota? And I also looked it up. It's like, oh, I thought maybe this one was younger than Dakota Fanning, but it turns out they're about like 2 months apart in terms of like age, so they're like the same age. So I don't know what this is all about, but little girl's named Dakota and acting. So whatever. Anyway, also starred Nicole Kidman. She actually played like the bad person in the movie, so the antagonist, trying to do things bad. If you decide to watch the movie, you kind of get into more of the politics of why their society wants to get rid of these demons, even though it's like inherently in their culture already. So anyway, it's very interesting. I liked it a lot. That was pretty good. I'm gonna say thumbs up. That was pretty good. Couple qualms, but you know what I'm thinking. So that's pretty much that. Last movie that I saw in the movie theater. This one I actually want to save for last because I thought it was pretty good. Juno. Now, I don't know who makes that list of like best movies for 2007, but I kind of glanced at the list, and Juno was like in it, so I was thinking maybe I should watch it, and somebody asked me to go, so I decided to watch it at the theater. And what ended up happening was I went to watch it, and at first, I didn't really have any expectations because I didn't know what it was about. The basic premise, it's about this young girl who, like she's like 16. She gets pregnant, but instead of the typical abortion that young girls decide to get, she decides to carry on through with the baby and carry it. Now, obviously, she can't care for it herself, so the idea is that she is carrying. She's going to give birth to this baby and give it away to this needy family that can't make babies. Now, this is pretty interesting because, like, the rest of the cast is fairly well known. Like, I mean, I know Jennifer Garner was in there, and I forgot the guy's name, but then there was the dad of the young girl. But anyway, the main character who plays Juno, her name's Ellen, forgot her last name, I think it's like Paige, but it turns out that she did a very good job. Now, the style in which, a lot of people thought that this was probably going to be a drama, or at least that's my initial impression, but it actually turned out to be a comedy, so it was actually pretty good. Now, if you've seen movies like Little Miss Sunshine or The Squid and the Whale, definitely thought it was pretty good. So, definitely thought they were both pretty good, and I think this is kind of like in that style. It's kind of comedy drama with a little bit of, attitude or, kind of eccentric offbeatness that I can't really describe. But I thought it was pretty good. So if you like those films and you like that kind of comedy, I definitely recommend this. Also, one of the guys that was in this movie, he's been showing up in a bunch of movies, but it was like the supporting character in Superbad. Not really supporting, but like second main character. This, tall, skinny guy. And he was also in, like, I forgot what else he's in. But I've been seeing him around, so he might actually become a big actor too. But I thought this was a really good role for him, so. Anyway, definitely recommend. Definitely thought it was pretty good. Juno, you gotta watch that one. So, anyway, talk to you guys later. Have fun. Watch movies. Alright, bye.